Vampires have been a fascination of many due to how they are portrayed on television. But are there any types of entities that are like vampires? What many people may not realize is that various entities, especially darker entities, can and do feed off the energies that are in our bodies. Some may call this our life force. This is not only a source of food for such entities, but also a way for them to maintain and increase their power levels. But this does not mean that all dark entities feed off the energies of humans. When these dark and demonic entities do attack humans, either it be via black magic or simply because you may be a keeper of such an entity, 95% of the time they will use their victim's energy as one of their sources of food and to maintain their own energy. But all of this is very dangerous for the human they are feeding off. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us safe. Ameen. When a person's energy, life force, is being drained by such entities, it can negatively impact that person in various ways. Usually it starts off with fatigue, problems with relationship, finances, mental health, and as time goes by and their energies continue to get drained, the person can develop various illnesses. Victims of such entities can also have a dramatic change in their image where their face and body seem drained, and some may even appear pale and look ill. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us safe. Ameen. It has been assumed by some that jinns and other entities consume food like humans where the food physically disappears, but this is not true. Entities have a type of vampire ability, which I will explain, inshallah. Jinns and such entities are a form of energy. They are not physical like we humans are. When we humans eat food, we eat the actual physical food, but when entities eat food, they don't eat it physically. They consume the life force of that food, the energy that Allah has put in that food. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had stated, they, the jinn, asked him, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about their provision, and he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every bone on which the name of Allah is recited is your provision. The time it falls in your hand it shall be covered with flesh, and the dung of camels is fodder for your animals. Now as we see Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said for every bone that the name of Allah has been read on, which would be considered halal meats, would be food for the jinns and camel dropping. According to some scholars it can also be various other types of dropping, would be food for the animals of the jinn. When jinn encounters the bones and dropping, it turns into a type of energetic food for them, where the image of the bone and dropping may even look different in their eyes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. And for the non-believing jinns it has been said that they eat anything on which the name of Allah has not been mentioned on, non-halal meats. Satan considers any food lawful on which Allah's name is not mentioned. If jinn were consuming their foods physically as we humans do, there would be no trace of bones and droppings throughout the world. It is the energy of these things that are consumed by the jinns and their animals. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Unfortunately, there are entities who rather consume their nutrition through humans' life force. Such entities are referred to as vampire entities. Vampire entities attach themselves to humans and feed of their energy, which then impacts that human negatively. These entities can either be sent via black magic, or the entity finds itself a host which at times is a keeper of vampire entities, such as Incubus and Succubus, who feed of the sexual energy when having sexual relations with humans voluntarily or involuntary. Either way, they are very dangerous. Just like Incubus and Succubus entities are sold throughout the web, so are vampire entities. And just like people assume Incubus and Succubus entities cause no harm when having sexual relations with them, unfortunately keepers of vampire entities assume the same. What people forget to realize is that these entities feed from your energy, and as this energy leaves your body, it has a negative impact on you. You cannot control how much they feed or when they feed. When people get vampire entities, they assume they can tell their newfound friend to feed of the energy from Earth, which is one of the most absurd things I have heard. That's similar to me telling a lion not to eat another animal and consume the leaves of a nearby tree instead. The only difference is we can see a lion not listening to us and possibly attacking us. But with entities, they can be taking your life force away and you will not even feel it. You may assume they are sitting on the ground sucking up the energy from mud and cement, when in actuality they are slowly consuming the energy from you. With Incubus and Succubus entity, they mostly take your life force energy while the sexual relations are happening. Yes, they can take it at other times as well, but they usually take the energy from you during your sleep, while having sexual encounters with them via physically or via dreams. But vampire entities act a bit differently. Vampire entities do not need a specific moment take your energy. It does not have to be while you're sleeping or only when you are awake, because vampire entities can take your energy at any time and can take it consistently throughout the day. Side effects of having vampire entities are very similar to the side effects Incubus and Succubus keepers, and the ones who are attacked by such entities may have, which consist of health problems, blockage, face and body look ill and drained, health-related issues, decrease in spirituality, causing one to age faster as well as causing one to be less attractive. One becomes more open to spiritual attacks. These are some of the side effects you may experience if you are keeping vampire entities or being attacked by one. If you are being attacked by such an entity, it is best to seek treatment, and for the ones who choose to bring such entities into their lives, it is best to reconsider your dangerous decision. I sincerely hope these videos help you realize that not everything you invite in your home has your best interests. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.